Have you guys ever had just one of those, why not type of moments? So I made a quick little run out into the world today. I had to do a couple things, pick up a couple things, because, you know, getting scant on supplies. Just had to get a couple things, and something really caught my eye when I was in the store. You ever have one of those moments where you're walking by, you glance over, and you take another step or two, you know, and then you stop and you glance back again? Something really caught your eye? It's exactly what happened to me. Onions. I had never ever done onions before. I know zero about growing onions, but 80 onions for $4. I don't know. I mean, it just seemed like it needed to be done. I don't know how many of you guys just grow things on a whim, but with all that's going on and just having so much time on my hands, I really thought this onions would be a really fun thing to learn this year. I don't know where the heck I'm gonna put them. 80 onions. What I've been doing is planting some garlic and stuff along this fence line, and I'm thinking this might be a really good spot to add some onions. I got this sweet little elderberry tree right here, and I got like a little tiny raspberry patch. So between there, there's quite a bit of space. The other side of it is quite a bit of space. So if I intermix it with some of these berry bushes and little fruit tree, I think the onions will be all right there. I gotta go get a couple more supplies. This is how little I know about planting onions. I actually had to read this directions here. So we go 1 inch deep for dry onions, 4 inches for green. We definitely want dry onions. And we're gonna do a 2 to 3 inch spacing. All right. I wonder if I can fit 80 in this space here. Probably not. It has to be full sun, so I'm gonna have to find somewhere else to put some of the rest of these, but I'm gonna try to cram as many as I can right in this little stretch right here. Outside of your window, and will you tell all your friends you got your gun to my head? I feel like all my experience with garlic has really helped make this process really quick. Onions are a lot like it. You see it's got a sprout out the top of it, little root base at the bottom. It's super simple. It goes in obviously with the sprout up. This is a really good one, sprouted the most. So I've been whipping through it really quick because I've already planted a million garlics. And it's basically the exact same thing. I'm even using the same methods. This is actually nicer because it's a little bit mulched, and the leaves always blow up against this fence, so the soil is really rich and really loose. It helps that it actually rained all morning, so it actually, you know, made that soil a little looser. It makes my job a lot easier to do. So I got almost all of them from that tree over there. You see it? Down, I skipped where a couple raspberry bushes are, and I got a whole bunch more over here. I think I'm gonna get them all in this little stretch. And then actually the next little stretch over there is all garlic. You can see it up over there. So it'll be perfect. I'll have all the onions right next to my garlic. They'll get most of the sun all day long. Actually, they'll be in full sun all day long. The sun literally comes right up over here, and there's nothing to shade it anymore ever since that tree fell down last year. So perfect spot, I think, for these onions, and I think I'm really gonna get them all in here. All right, well, there we go. 80 onions in the ground. Well, just shy. There's a couple that were not looking very good, so I kind of tossed those aside because I figured there's no sense in putting them in the ground if they don't even look like they're surviving in the package. So I was 100% not planning on planting any kind of onions. Like I said, I'd have zero experience when it comes to growing onions. But they seem fairly simple, right? Stick them in the ground, you got a little bit of spacing. Now I did them the same way I did my garlic, where I do the staggering of the rows. So I'm trying to take up all that negative space in between. Instead of 4-inch holes this way apart, I'm trying to go like this to kind of stack the holes as much as I can tight together. I think that really helps when you have a smaller area like what we have. But it turns out that fence line is really long and there's a lot of open space on it. And I think the onions around some of the fruit trees type of thing, it's going to be really beneficial to like the goji berry back there and the elderberry tree, I think. Could be wrong on that. Like I said, I didn't even look anything up. I literally bought those onions this morning and was like, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's do it. Why not? So there's another thing, you know, with all this extra time, I decided I'm really going to try to learn some other things and just do more than what I was planning. I had a good plan and I was going to grow a lot of stuff that I knew we would just eat and you know, just try to keep to a minimalist type garden. But the plans change with the way things evolve, right? So now the garden is getting a lot bigger than it was before, and I'm just trying to do a bunch of different stuff I've never done before. Really interested to see how this works. Those red onions probably a little bit smaller than like the Vidalia type big old onions, so I think being a little tighter together will be all right. I was still about 4 inches apart from each one, so it's probably going to be a little tight, might limit their growth a little bit, but I don't need ginormous onions. If I can just get a good handful out of that, I'd be super happy. Well, I feel good about that. That was a lot of work to get all those in. Alright, but we're going to call it quits because I got some other plants that I want to do inside this greenhouse because it is a little bit drizzly outside. It's not very nice. So I'm going to try to get a little bit more stuff planted, just get more things going. I feel good about those onions though. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be great. If you guys think I did anything wrong or have any good tips for me on what to do after they start sprouting and all that, comment down below and let me know because I literally have no idea what I'm doing. Just going with the flow. Going with the flow. Alright, you guys, I'll see you in that next video. Remember, be bold and grow bold, and as always, I'll see you in the very next video.
That much, and he didn't get very clean, but he's a good boy. I do want to encourage everyone who does get a rooster, no matter what happens, please treat them with compassion and understanding that